welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela and this is Michaela's Crafts. In today's video, I'm going to be cataloging all of my yarn. I'm going to use Notion to catalog all of my yarn. I was kind of going back and forth. Should I use Excel? Should I use like Ravelry or Google Doc? And I settled on Notion because you can just do way cool things with Notion, even if I don't really know how to do all of them. But how I'm going to catalog my yarn is I have a few different categories. I'm of course going to put the name of the brand of the yarn and the color. I'm going to do the type of fiber that it is. I'm going to catalog also how many grams I have of it, and also if I have any plans for this yarn, kind of just like floating around in my head. If you two are interested in the template that I use, then I will find a way to link it below for you guys to use as well if you want to catalog your own yarn. So the first yarn I'm going to be starting with is the Lily Sugar and Cream yarn. I'm also sitting here in front of my bookshelf so I can cake any yarn if I need to. So the first yarn that I'm going to focus on is this Lily Sugar and Cream yarn, and actually just all of my cotton yarn in general. I actually have quite a bit of this. That's just a tiny sneak peek of how much I have because I know there's still some more back there, just to get this all cataloged. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with what I do have out here. I got a little snack that you might have seen. Got some apples and caramel, and I've got my scale. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get cataloging, and I will update you guys in a little bit. So I just finished cataloging this first little bit. Guess how many grams it is? I don't know yet, but just do a guess, and then I'm going to actually go weigh everything, and then I will come back to you and let you know how much it is. Okay, so I just calculated everything, counted it all up, and we have 1,492 grams, and that's not even all of it. Like, first of all, I'm not dealing with this right now, but I have more Lily Sugar and Cream that I'm about to grab. So this is what I have left of the Lily Sugar and Cream, so we should be able to get this done, and then after that, I think I'm gonna take a break, go to the gym, go walk my dogs, and then I will come back and do more. But let me catalog this and give you the update on the total Lily Sugar and Cream grammage. So I've got like 4 balls left, and halfway through I started naming the colors like my own thing, because this one is called Ute. How the heck am I supposed to remember that? It's tan. It's freaking tan. This one, I don't know what the name is, but I named it Camo. And this one is supposed to be called Buttercream. Yeah, that's Rainbow. Come on, be so for real. Okay guys, so I just got done cataloging all of the Lily Sugar and Cream. I'm like 95% sure this is all the sugar and cream I have. That's all of it. And I have 2,254 grams just of the sugar and cream, which is actually bananas to me. I do have an idea to make some summer commitment bags. If you don't know what summer commitment bags are, I will just post a picture here. It's a free pattern by, I wanna say Espace Tricot, but if it's not, sorry. I'll just post a picture of it. But I started to knit one up last year and it worked up so nicely, but then I didn't know how to slip knit. Instead of looking it up, I just thought I would just do what I thought it was, and it was not right. So I was thinking to make a bunch of market bags and either give them away to friends and family or sell them like on Etsy or something. So, and just make a bunch of different cute little color combinations. So yeah, that's the plan. Am I gonna get tired of making summer commitment bags? Probably, but anything to get rid of this. Might do a little deep dive on Ravelry, see what other people have been making with the Lily Sugar and Cream. I prefer to knit it up. Crocheting it up, it's just like too stiff and it's not gonna be fun to wear. It might make a nice bag crocheted up, but otherwise I'm just going to try to knit it up into some bags or find something else to knit it up into. I have a whole bunch of different colors and like different weights and everything, but yeah. So that is the first part of this stash cataloging. I'm gonna do another part later, but for now I'm gonna go take a break and I will meet you guys back here. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. It's the next day. My wash and go turned out so good and I slept on it. I'm finally getting the hang of my curly hair, and in a couple months my sister and I are gonna make the trek to Toronto, which I know is really far to go get my hair cut, but I haven't had my hair cut by a curly hair specialist, and like I think I've had it done once, and that was years ago, and you can tell it just needs some shaping. And yeah, I said if I'm gonna go to the best, and I also want to do a little yarn shopping, of course. But today we're gonna keep cataloging the yarn. Yesterday we ended at 2,254 grams. That's wild. So today we're gonna finish up some of my cotton yarn that I have and cake that up, and then we're gonna head into the acrylic that I have left. I am unsure if I'm going to catalog the yarn that I have set aside for certain projects, because like, for example, this yarn I've been using for a hexadaisy blanket, and I don't really want to catalog it as yarn that like I need to use up because it is going to go with my hexadaisy blanket. So I think I'm not going to catalog this and just keep those separate. So yeah, if you guys, I'll probably show you guys what all of that yarn is looking like too at the end. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and get into day 2. I'm gonna put on my audiobook. I've been listening to Local Woman Missing. I was just really in the mood to like listen to something. I'm like kind of losing steam on Netflix. I watch YouTube videos like the second they come out, so I'm kind of just waiting for my favorite YouTubers to drop some new stuff, and I just decided like let me just listen to an audiobook, and this was like the first one that popped up, and I was like, okay, let's just go with it. So I'm gonna do that, and I will update you guys when I get some work done. So I just finished caking up the last of my cotton yarn, so I'll show you. All right, so this is pretty much all the acrylic that I have. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead, cake that up, and then after I'm done caking all this up, and I don't know what, like I'm pretty sure this one is Yarn Bee. This one, like I'm not sure what all of these brands are. I think these ones are like Skein Tones. I don't know who they're by. So I think I'm just going to just catalog it as a color, kind of leave them brandless, and just do the grams. And I'm gonna consider all of them to be worsted weight. I think I'm gonna go with worsted weight for all of them. That's another thing that I added onto the template is I forgot to do like weights, but luckily I only did like one brand so far, and all of that is worsted weight, and a lot of my cotton was worsted. I have a couple DK, but I think I'm just gonna brand all of my acrylic as worsted weight. Okay, just finished winding up all of that yarn, but I'm gonna head to let my dogs out before I catalog all of it. And really quick, I think I'm gonna get out the next part that I wanna catalog. The rest of my yarn is actually already pretty like organized because they're still kind of like caked up or in their original balls. So I'm going to grab those and show you what we're gonna do next. And then I'm gonna go walk my dogs and then come back and finish this up. So I just got the yarn out, and I really thought a lot of this was still like caked up. This is looking like a mess. I mean, most of it for the most part, yes, but a lot of it, absolutely not. So anyway, it's a good time to take a break from this and go do something else. Okay, I'm back from my little break. I walked my dogs, I grabbed some food, I fed myself, and I just updated my Ravelry, which like if you're a normal person and you update your Ravelry quite frequently, then it wouldn't take you the hour that it just took me because I had like 3 Christmas gifts that I never even put on my Ravelry, and then I just had like even a couple of my whips weren't started on my Ravelry. So I updated that, updated my pictures, filmed a little whip Wednesday, and now I'm ready to get back to cataloging. However, I thought now would be a fun time to take you through my blanket whips because I don't think I'm going to catalog my blanket whip yarn. So I just want to show you what that is and kind of tell you why. So the first whip that I have that is a blanket whip is this Hexadaisy blanket. I can't remember who it's by, so I'll just put that on the screen. But I started making a bunch of these little daisy hexagons last year in, the hopes of making a blanket, and I just never finished it. So I have some balls of yarn here that I was using to make the squares that I'm just not going to catalog, because if I don't end up using them for this blanket, then I will catalog the scraps. But right now I'm not going to spend a lot of energy on doing so. And that also goes for my big Mama Jamma temperature blanket, which is halfway done, a little more than halfway done. But I have lots of balls and skeins of the Caron Simply Soft yarn that I would use for the blanket. Here is, I think this square is finished. And then this square is like half finished. And then this one was started. So I think I'm like 3.5 months, like that's what I have left of 2024 temperature blanket. When I'm gonna get to it, I don't know. I should at the very least, finish filling in the temperatures and get the rest of the Caron Simply Soft that I need, because Joann's is bankrupt again. Therefore, I just need to I need to use my gift card and pick up like some last skeins that I would need for this blanket, especially while it's like on liquidation or whatever. Michael still carries it, so like I'm not worried about like having it, but it would be nice just to get all the yarn I would need for that. And then once that is done, I don't know if I'm gonna catalog the scraps or if I'm just gonna get rid of it, because the whole reason I even started this temperature blanket was to get rid of all the Caron Simply Soft I had, not knowing that like the yarn that I had only really made like one of these squares. And I ended up I just kept buying Caron Simply Soft so that I could finish this temperature blanket. Sorry, I had to get up to get my other whip, which is this retro daisy blanket that I really, really eventually want to get back to working on. Here are just a couple of the squares. Like, imagine these together, so cute. I had another one started. There we go. Yeah, so cute. Here are kind of the colors that I picked out. These are the colors, and then a cream that I picked out for this blanket. That's so cute. I wanted it to be like really retro, kind of like autumn colors inspired. And it's also attached to this other whip that I have that says, that will say even baddies get saddies. So all of this yarn I'm not planning to catalog, because once I use it, it's going in a scrap pile and I'm probably never going to use it again. Unless I have like a significant amount left over that like I could actually make something out of, but acrylic yarn is just not for me anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna get back into cataloging. I'm at least going to weigh all of this that I have caked up, and then we're gonna see what I'm gonna do with this pile. I might start cataloging the stuff that's already nicely caked and or still in the skein, and then worry about the rest of the stuff tomorrow. So yeah, we might still be breaking this into 3 days. Okay, so I brought you in my closet to show you guys where I'm storing all my yarn and kind of like how I'm storing it. All of my yarn theoretically should fit into these little 4 squares. This stuff up here, I am not cataloging. These Drops Daisies right here are used for my Dale of Norway sweater. This is being used for my buddy knit, and this is being used for my Chantal V-neck. So that yarn already has like a purpose, has like a set place where it's going to be used, so I don't want to catalog it. I feel like I'm just wasting my time if I do that. Now, whatever I've left as scraps, I absolutely will catalog. But as for now, I'm not worried about that. So I've got just a tiny bit of yarn left. I need to put away the rest of the stuff that I just cataloged, and then I'll show you. This is definitely the aftermath of a pretty productive day, but all of this I just cataloged because it was still like skeined up and everything. This and this is what I have left. So I seriously feel like we did work and that we're gonna be able to get this done. I'm kind of feeling tired, like I just wanna go and knit or like kind of clean my apartment a little bit, like do some laundry, something like that. But I just kind of wanna relax, and I'm not in the mood to finish up all of this right now. So I think we're gonna leave the rest for tomorrow. I think that's the plan. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, this is how I'm feeling. It is the last day of me cataloging my yarn. Please let it be the last day. Let me show you what we have left. Just this little bit. That's not a lot. It's not a lot. Honestly, I'm gonna go by super quick, I think. At the end, what I'm going to do is give you guys a total of how many grams I have. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna keep winding and show you guys when we're done. So I just got done entering in all of my wool grams and everything, and I am not the like best person with like technology and like tables and stuff, but I was able to calculate the total sum of everything without having to like enter everything into a calculator, which I love about Notion. It's actually like so user friendly. I have 7,732 grams of yarn. I have obviously more than that, but of everything that I cataloged, and wow, that's a lot. And the reason that this number is important is because on my knitting bingo, I said I wanted to have less yarn in stash than I started the year with. So getting rid of some of this yarn is top priority. I didn't end up putting a lot of values in for the yardage of my yarn. I could obviously go back and find the brand and calculate like I have this many grams and it's this many grams per yard, so like whatever, I could go ahead and calculate that. Just don't really care. Like maybe when I'm doing a project, then I'll calculate it if I need to. I'm a person who goes by yards, even though I do like almost everything else in the metric system. Like I love a centimeter, okay? I love a kilometer, okay? But for some reason I measure like my yarn in yards. I don't know why. It's so interesting. So yeah, I guess that's really it. I have to just go and put away all of this yarn. If you want to calculate and catalog all of your yarn, I'm going to leave my template like linked below, so you can use the same thing if you want. It's super simple. It's like an Excel sheet. Like you don't even need to use my template, but I do have mine already like organized, yarn, color. I have mine so that you can select the fiber. And for that one, I have a multi-select, so you can select wool and alpaca, or you can select cotton, silk, and viscose, for example. That's what I did for this Noro yarn. And then I have the number of grams. I have plans, which I didn't really fill out a lot of plans. I do have plans for some of my yarn, but not a whole lot. And then I have weight, and then I have yards. You could definitely find a way to create a formula where like after, let's say I use like some of this, that you like reweigh it and then you put the new like grammage on there and it like tells you. Or I'm sure you could come up with a formula that like tells you like how many yards you have if you put the gram in there. I am not that savvy, but if you are and you figure that out, you let me know. Remember me. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed everything. I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next one next week. And don't forget, all the way through the end of the month of January, I am inviting people to do a knitting bingo kind of after January. Like, not to say that you couldn't join if you catch this video later, but I think like the knitting bingo thing, like you want to have the entire year to create a bingo card and kind of check things off of your bingo card. So if you want to join me for bingo, then follow me on Instagram at Michaela's Crafts, send me a message, or I will put the invite link in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.